Hey, church family. Hope you've had a great week this week. Sheila and I are finishing up a little vacation this weekend, trying to get some rest after all of the busyness with Taylor and Rachel's wedding. And we're going to miss you again tomorrow morning at church, but I wanted to come online today and just personally share a few updates and announcements with you for some things that are coming up in the month of August and later in the fall of this year. Won't take but just a couple of minutes of your time, but I did want to just bring you up to date on a few important things and share with you, first of all, that our revival will be coming up in just a week or so. We'll be having revival and homecoming actually first before revival. Our homecoming will be a week from tomorrow. It'll be on August 10th at 10:30. We're going to have a great time of worship together in the Lord's house. And of course, as we always do, following the morning worship service, we're going to be having our annual homecoming meal. And so I want to encourage you to plan on staying after church a week from Sunday and bring a well-filled basket of your favorite foods and a drink to share and a dessert if you can. And we'll have a great time of fellowship celebrating our homecoming again this year. Remember, that's a week from Sunday on August the 10th. And then, as I said, we'll also be having revival. Our revival services will begin on August 11th and go through Wednesday evening, August the 13th. And we're going to be privileged to have with us this year Dr. David Horton. Brother Horton is the current president of the Fruitland Baptist Bible College up in the mountains of North Carolina. He's a past president of the Baptist State Convention of North Carolina and also has served in several churches as pastor. Brother David is a great communicator and a passionate preacher of the Word of God. And so I want to encourage you to make special plans to be with us for each of our revival services. They'll begin at 6:30 each evening. And I know that this is the first week back to school for our kids. And so we're going to make a very special effort to streamline our services. Certainly, we won't hinder what the Holy Spirit desires to do, but we just want to encourage you to be in the Lord's house for these 3 nights of revival. Your heart will be blessed, and certainly I know in my own heart and in my own life the need for seasons of refreshing such as this. And so I want to encourage you to make this a priority. We'll try not to keep you too late each night. We'll get you home in plenty of time to get the kids to bed to head to school the next morning. But I hope you'll make plans to be with us for our revival, August 11th through 13th, 6:30 each evening. And then we wanted also to bring you up to date on an announcement that we made a few weeks ago about feeding our community. Been mulling over this and praying over this over the last couple of weeks. And I think that the focus of our ministry of feeding the community should be built around what Jesus said to the disciples in Matthew 14:16. In that great passage that recounts the miracle of the feeding of the 5,000, Jesus instructed the disciples with these words. He said, "They do not need to go away," speaking of the great crowd. "You give them something to eat." And I think that one thing that we could certainly do to be a blessing and a presence in our community and to meet practical needs of real people is to provide a warm, nourishing meal to them at least once a month. I'd like for us to make a goal of starting with once a month to provide a meal for folks in our community and hopefully grow from that to providing a meal twice a month and maybe even reaching the point that we could do this on a weekly basis. In order to be able to do this, we're going to need an army of volunteers. We're going to need some folks who'll be willing to cook and prepare food. We're certainly going to need some folks to be on site to serve the food. And we're going to need a lot of help from folks getting the word out in the community that we're going to be doing this as a free ministry to our community. We're going to be having an organizational meeting later in the month of August, and I hope that you'll make plans to attend that meeting. We'll be sharing the date of that next week. following our revival services. And I'll share the reason why we're going to put this off for a week or two in just a moment. But we'll be sharing a date for an organizational meeting, and we could sure use your help with this new ministry. And so when we announce the date and time, I hope that you'll make special plans to attend that organizational meeting. Continue to pray that God will guide us in this new upcoming ministry to our community. I also wanted to let you know that on August the 28th, we have an opportunity to provide a meal for the fair workers at the Iredell County Fair. That's the reason we're going to hold off on starting our Feeding the Community ministry, is because we have been asked by our South Yadkin Baptist Association to provide a meal for our fair workers. And this will be August the 28th. We'll need folks to arrive at the fairgrounds around 5:45. We'll set up for the meal at 6 o'clock. We'll have a time of prayer about 6:15, and then we'll begin serving the meal at 6:30. We could use someone who is able to speak Spanish if we have someone in the church that could come and help us with that. And so I hope that you'll be a part of this ministry. We will be catering the meal, and so we won't need anyone to prepare food, and other churches coming alongside to provide drinks, and the association is providing the plates and all of the things needed for the serving of the meal. And so we just need some folks on hand to encourage these precious fair workers, to be a witness and an encouragement to them. And so if you can help us with this on August the 28th, please let me know, and call the church office, let Lori know, and we'll have a great time down at the fair feeding the fair workers. So I hope that you'll keep that in mind for later in the month of August. And then I wanted to bring everyone a quick update on the status of our sanctuary renovations. We've been blessed to complete the first two phases of the renovations to the sanctuary without incurring any debt. And we actually have some funds on hand in our Forward by Faith capital campaign. And we need to begin making plans to proceed forward with the final phase of our sanctuary renovations. This final phase will include the installation of new flooring. It'll include the installation of the new seating, and also the finishing of the painting of the side and the rear walls of the sanctuary. We've received a quote from a local contractor for the flooring, and that's coming in at around $38,000. And then we've got a quote from Sauter Worship for the installation of the seating, and that has come in at about $166,000. The folks at Sauter have agreed to allow us to lock in this pricing, this quote, for 12 months if we can make a deposit of 1/3 by the end of August. And that deposit would be about $50,000. Right now, I think we have around $38,000 to $40,000 in our capital campaign. And so if we are to lock in this pricing, we're going to need to generate about another $10,000 to $15,000 during the month of August. And if you can help with that in any way, we would certainly appreciate that. I really hope that you are enjoying the renovations that we've made thus far. I know it's been a blessing to have the new audio video equipment, and it's been a blessing to have the expanded stage. I know that was a blessing to our Vacation Bible School, and we're able to have some additional events, concerts, and things of that nature. And so I'm very pleased, and I hope that you are as a church family with the renovations that we've made thus far. And I pray that we'll be able to move forward, completing these renovations in the Lord's time. But we're going to need everyone who can to please step up and help us raise these additional funds to complete this final phase. And so I'd ask that you just pray about how you can help with that, and pray that God would help us to get across the finish line just as soon as He wills that we can, to be able to say that we've completed this for His glory, and then move on to some more important projects that we need to complete for the life and ministry of our church. And so I hope that you'll keep these things in mind for the coming days. I'm looking forward to being back in the Lord's house with you a week from Sunday. And we're praying for the service tomorrow. It's going to be a great day at Hebron. Our youth are going to be sharing a report on their mission trip out to Arizona, and they're also going to be sharing a report on their trip to camp a week before last. And so it's going to be a great time in the Lord's house. And so I pray that you'll make plans to be there in person. We won't be able to be there with you tomorrow in person, but we'll be worshiping with you in spirit, and we'll certainly be worshiping with you online through our live stream. Well, I hope that you have a great rest of this day. I know it's a little cloudy and dreary outside, but I hope that you have the sunshine of the Lord's joy in your heart and in your life today. We love you in the Lord. Pray that you'll have a great rest of the day and a great rest of this weekend. And we look forward to seeing you very, very soon. God bless.